Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to HTC Ascension for our second series of the night. This one between Frostbite and Lyon Gaming. I'm Joshua Piscator Lee here alongside Bert Bird de Gia to cast the second series.
What's going on, guys? And it's going to be an amazing day two action with this second match. I mean, both teams undefeated, both teams showing up pretty well. Frostbite against AKA, also known as, going at 2-0. And Lyon Gaming, we saw as the first game going over that sick gaming fire. So it's amazing to see both teams rocking in. It's also amazing to see all the fans of the Lyon Gaming community. So really shout outs to everybody coming out for the HTC Ascension, and shout outs to everybody here still sticking it through for the second match.
Right, it's absolutely incredible to see this level of support for the North American Challenger scene. I know a lot of times these Challenger teams don't get the opportunity to prove themselves in kind of a public environment. A lot of them are relegated to the fives ladder to try and prove themselves and make a name for themselves there. But given that they have this grand opportunity to take part in this $10,000 prize pool tournament, it's pretty special. And right now, both of these teams, like you said, looking to go undefeated.
Looking to keep the streak going. I mean, Lyon Gaming played with a sub yesterday. We do have Thiak back into action, so a lot on the line over there. But I want to talk about just, I guess, yesterday's games. Core Pride, Seiya, he rocked it really, really hard. On the other hand, I mean, we have offline results. Massacre 8, or TM8, as we'll call him today, he carried with a 11-0-4 score or something like that. It was just so amazing seeing him rock it with the Kindred.
The Kindred of all things.
Yeah, so both 80 carries, definitely is something to watch out for.
Right, going into pick ban right here, I know, Bird, you and I got a little bit of time to talk about exactly what we might be seeing in this upcoming match. And we talked a lot about how pick ban is likely to be very hotly contested due to the fact that both junglers, Harry Abs and Thiak, have a big priority on Rek'Sai. And we see that Kindred ban go away right away. A lot of junglers in this challenger scene trying to pick that champion up. In addition to even Massacre going in a massive 11-3 and 12 in game 1 versus AKA yesterday. So getting that out of the guy's hand might be a good idea.
Definitely a good thing to get out of the hand of Massacre. Harry Abs, if you want to talk about that man, he's pretty much the main spearhead for this whole team. He went on Rek'Sai and he went on to tear both games playing Rek'Sai. 6-4-14 in the first game, 2-1-4 in that second game versus AKA. Both wins, both trampling some big opponents. So will they get the Rek'Sai? Maybe, maybe not. We do see it banned out.
We do see it banned out. Every single champion that's been banned out so far, now you and I made a list of champions that are likely to be banned out. Kindred, Rek'Sai, Gangplank, Lulu, pretty much all on there. And Fiora is something we weren't too sure about because Jaral and Billy do play it in the top lane, but we weren't sure if that was going to be a priority. So it looks like both of these teams realizing, hey, neither one of them wants that massive split pushing pressure. We're just going to get that right off the table. Yeah,
nice little ban coming out from there. Very expected bans, except for the Kindred.
Zach ban.
I feel like the Kindred wasn't really totally necessary. Could have gone both ways, but Kindred, TM8, you want to stop that. On the other hand, Mordekaiser being the first pick, this is something I did not think they would try to go for. Jungle priority is very important for at least Team Frostbite side. So Harry Abs will get the choice, the pick of his litter, except for it gets denied with that Elise.
Yeah, Elise, one of those champions that were definitely on our list, not the Zach. Elise, one of Thiak's very comfortable champions to play in the jungle, in addition to being one of the strongest junglers on this 5.21 patch. For those of you wondering, we are playing on 5.21 and updating as the tournament goes on, so it'll be interesting to see how the challenger and the entire competitive scene develops. It developed itself. English is hard tonight, too, in the preseason.
Yeah.
So we see the Elise being picked up first, some big picks being left open, though. We have Callista being left open in addition. So a lot of comfort picks like Orianna. We know control majors are big for both of these mid laners.
Yeah, the mid lane probably could be saved up for a little bit longer. Ooh, the Mordekaiser are still on the hover. I mean, we saw yesterday, didn't work out too well, but we'll see if it works out today as we do see the Mordekaiser and Thresh locked in.
So early snowballing on the minds of Frostbite. It's always scary when you show up to a team fight with a dragon in tow. It's like when you have water balloon fights as a kid and there's that one kid who brings like the big, massive water balloon or just pours the bucket on you. It's pretty much how it feels when a Mordekaiser shows up with the dragon to a fight. But Thiak and Ori next to lock in. See exactly what they choose to show here. They opt to go for something like an Alistar or a Braum, both very popular supports in this current meta.
It's interesting to see the hover over the Evelyn for Theac. Yes, it's mostly played champion, but a Lee Sin would be a very nice thing. I mean,
we already have Elise locked.
Yeah, they could have a top lane Elise. I mean, that was a thing in Season 3 or Season 4. But Kalista, good little pick against Mordekaiser. I heard that's a pretty good counter on Kanta over in the bottom lane. And the
my goodness
is unbenched.
We were sitting here trying to figure out, all right, what was the other champion that we were forgetting about? And the Kench has been unbenched in Game 1 in the series between Lyon Gaming and Frostbite. This dude, we've seen him do absolutely monstrous things. Pretty much it's wait till 25 minutes of the game, and even as a support Kench, it's really hard to kill the frog.
To be truthfully honest, I agree with a lot of the people on Reddit. It's a little anti-fun. You get to save out a little bit more damage. You get to save from like ultimate death. Yeah, we'll see it work out in the bottom lane. Arce, more notably known playing all the support of tanky jungler or tanky supports. Sorry about that, but he's going to try his hand at Tahm Kench, and it worked out really well with that synergy over with Kalista. The engages are really immense, and then the saves just so immaculate. So Arce shouldn't have to be the step-up shot caller for the group of Lyon.
Right, I remember when Kalista was first introduced and everybody was like, all right, Kalista Thresh, if you lock in this bot lane, neither of you should ever die. But then Riot introduced Tahm Kench. All right, now that you have Tahm Kench and Kalista, nobody on your team should die because he can just jump in his belly and run away, get spat out. You're a little bit wet and soaked because, you know, a catfish just ate you, but still you're up and ready to fight. Right now, we might see a double AD comp. Could see the Ezreal come out mid lane. Right now, looking to lock in the last two.
The Ezreal is a thing that the Wolves Club, he was formerly known as, now Wolfie LOL. Wolf has played in a lot of solo queue. He's, I think, 306 games, 52% win rate for Wolf on that Ezreal. I don't think that's going to be a thing, though. I mean, Ezreal probably before in about 5.14 was pretty good. Not so much as long in the mid lane anymore. We do see that Viger can be hovered over. I think that's more of a pick. And the Darius just got through pick and span phase. It's going to be locked in as well for this one.
I know teams were a lot more apprehensive in picking Darius, given that Gnar is a really good pick. But given that they have the Renekton already showing on behalf of Team Frostbite, gives Lyon Gaming a little more breathing room to say, all right, we know what we're going up against. We know exactly how this man needs to fit into this comp. But you're already picking up the Vigar in the mid lane. This little short guy does a lot of damage.
Yeah, he's going to be getting tons of damage, I would say. If he built a Trinity Force, but he's not going to do that, a la Freak. He has so much potential, especially with the recent buff to the Event Horizon. Stun being able to be landed more.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's going to be a pretty good thing. And we see the Varus could be knocked in for Wolf's Claw at the mid lane.
Right, that makes a lot of sense considering that when teams pick up Mordekaiser, they have to play their tower pushes around whether or not they have a pet dragon in tow. But having an AD mid laner, it makes sense. It gives a little bit more range, a little bit more tower pushing presence. So Wolf going to have to do some work on that.
It's kind of weird, though. You have a lot of all-in engage, per se, but you have some poke coming out from the Nidalee and the Varus from Heriads and Wolves. I mean, I like it in the sense that they rounded up a pretty decent comp, but it still needs to get on early. And if Wolf gets camped early as well, that's going to be a dangerous problem for Frostbite. While on the other hand, Lyon, they have to play it out to the mid to late game. They have Elise as a early kind of roam protector, if ever, as well. So there could be some really good things coming out from the early game, but mostly the mid to late game, I favor my gaming's comp.
Right, so the mid to late game is going to be the story of the game. Will Frostbite pick up their first... will Frostbite continue to go undefeated, rather, in this series? Or will Lyon Gaming continue their undefeated streak throughout the duration of HTC Ascension? Be sure to tweet at HTC Esport using the hashtag HTC Ascension to let us know what you're thinking about as the games go on. I'm Joshua Piscator Lee here alongside Bird De Gia. When we come back, it'll be game one between Frostbite and Lyon Gaming. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to HTC Ascension, the first game in the series between Frostbite and Lyon Gaming. On the blue side, we have Lyon Gaming, Jaral in the top lane, Thiak in the jungle, Yuri in mid, Seiya, aka Core Pride on ADC, and Arce on support.
Over on the red side, we have Team Frostbite, Billy Boss, Billy U, over in the top lane, Harry Abs, Nidalee jungler, Wolf going to be playing that Varus in the mid lane, TM8 or the Massacre 8 over in the bottom lane with the Mordekaiser, and Hakuho on that Thresh. Going to be a little bit defensive start for both teams. Again, it's a best of 3 series. You want to play a little bit defensive from the start, so not surprising to see that everybody pointing out their side entrances.
Right, and a lot of these tournaments, especially when these teams haven't had a good chance to feel out what each other are doing, they take more defensive starts. They would rather not get off to a bad start rather than gamble and risk for a very heavy early start. But as we get into Game 2 and Game 3, could be seeing that change.
You're saying we're going to have a Game 3? I can believe that.
Hey, we're always going to have a Game 3. It's a caster's dream right there. More action all the time. More time for everybody to have a chance to win one of 3 specially engraved Team Liquid HTC 1 M9s.
Hey.
Hashtag plugs.
Hey, M9, I'm all the way with that. And also, if you want to get that little bit of extra bonus off the HTC M9, just put the HTC Ascension off in the code while buying the HTC M9. Hashtag another plug, but it wasn't as great per se, I guess.
All right, but so far it looks like both bot lane duo is going to opt for a camp start, try and get that experience advantage. Massacre on that Mordekaiser. Mordekaiser got a bit of a nerf in 5.21. He only gets about, well, exactly half of the bonus experience when it comes to sharing lane experience. So not going to be quite as snowballing getting to level 2 as fast. But hey, Mordekaiser still going to do Mordekaiser things.
Yeah, it's going to be able to push the wave quite a bit. But with the Callista, it's going to be more of a skill matchup per se. We'll see how Teammate wants to really play it out. So, again, we've noted it in the cast before. Did get rank 1 over in the Latin American North Savers. Not anymore. He's rank 2, but he's still...
Oh, he's bad then.
He's one of the best in Latin American North, so I would say that. Also, Lyon Gaming, they won the Kopu Cup, which is their LCS version over in LAN. So they've been doing a really good job scouting out, getting some new players. Arce has been with the squad for a little bit. Jaral just added recently to the squad. So really cool to see the team of Lyon kind of forming up for this push for next season. On the other hand, TM8, Billy Boss, and some others have been on the same squad together, but we do have a little
right under the tower with the death sentence. Arce going to take a big amount of damage from that tower shot. Might attract the attention of Harry Abs sooner rather than later on that Nidalee.
Yeah, Core Pride getting a little bit dissuaded. Arce, you do have the Tahm Kench, but Tahm Kench early on, not the strongest of carries, or not the strongest of supports in that carry lane. So we'll see how that will work out. Teammate really has to get a good early start. And we do see Harry Abs trying to force some issues over the bottom lane. Going to try to counter evade for now.
It seemed like both of the junglers on your team were very acutely aware of the fact that bot lane might be vulnerable. But here we see Harry Abs coming around to Yuri, misses the spear, but forces the flash out of the little immobile Veigar. So might be being paid a return visit in the future.
Smart job for Harry Abs to really do that. I mean, we were talking about them again in the mid lane. Very mobile for both Varus and Veigar. So really, really smart to pay some attention to that. Now with the flash down, teleport bringing Bolin out as well. Veigar is going to have a little bit of trouble. Uri, who did step up in the game last match, did pretty well. We'll see if he can keep it up. I mean, Veigar, again, late game, should be fine. But again, action in the bot.
Yeah, Arce gets hooked. Here comes Harry Abs for the support. The exhaust goes down onto the frog instead. Thick skin still available, but this health bar is melting so fast. Harry Abs trying to do more damage. One more auto attack away from death, and it's actually Hakuna who gets it. Thiak actually comes around for the counter gig, trying to join the party late. Massacre healing up with all of that Mordekaiser AP. Looks like that's going to be it, though. Frostbite coming out with the first kill of the game.
Amazing stuff coming out from Harry Abs, just providing so much pressure in the mid lane, getting this bottom lane gank as well. Fresh with the hook, but really interesting to see Arce actually stay in that a little bit too long. Could have got out with his life, but stayed in, didn't give up first blood, and that is not what you want to see from Lyon at the start.
Harryab's really showing his comfort on this champion. Looking at his solo queue rankings, behind Rek'Sai, Nidalee is his most played champion at 212 games this season. I'm not even sure if I played 212 ranked games this season.
He has been playing like a boss. I would say he's been playing a lot of that. 256 games of Rek'Sai, like we noted as well. He's been playing a lot. Let's just say that.
It's going to be really interesting to see exactly how this mid-game blows up for both of these teams. You know, both Wolf and Yuri like to play those kind of zoning mages that attack from afar and really contribute to team fights from a little bit of distance away. But Harryab's coming in for Dural, trying to get to that mid-game a little bit quicker. Billy Yu slicing and dashing forward, giving a Renekton early kills. That's one way to get a snowball rolling.
Boss is going to be able to get that one over there. And Harryab's yet again. There's been some reports that he's been trying out for some major teams. He's showing himself well. Again, I think we had an intro video with Zenith Esports Manager talking about how this tournament has kind of brought more light to these challenger players. Harryab's.
But Harryab's, this is not the way you want to try out. Gets tagged with the cocoon, and this should be enough damage from Theak. Oh, Wolf comes around just in time. The Chain of Corruption does land. Oh my gosh, are they going to turn this on Theak? Theak actually jumps right down onto Harryab's. Takes him down. Yu, however, the dominance is up, but takes down 2 before the spider gets squished. Yuri trying to run away, though. Not much a little Vagar can do, and Billy actually manages to pick it up there. 4-2 so far in the game.
Right when you say something, stuff happens. Harryab's doing a really good job in the beginning. Now just getting caught up right there, but amazing stuff coming off from Wolves. Almost saving out his friend. Good job of Yuri, still getting a kill or assist at least off of that, but that was a really, really interesting turn of events, and maybe a little bit too much jungle pressure coming from Harryab's. Really good stuff coming out from Lyon, responding to that at least.
All right, this is going to be really tricky for Dural in the top lane right now. As if Renekton wasn't one of those Snowball League champions enough. Showing back up to lane with 2 kills, saying, hey, look what I bought. It's like coming in with a souvenir from out of town, except the souvenir like wants to take your towers, your gold, hide your kids, hide your wife kind of thing.
I mean, being 600 gold up is an immense amount at the 7 minute ago. So, Dural kind of notorious for being a little bit dissuaded at the early game. Arce getting hooked again. Harryab's.
Ooh, Arce getting tagged up yet again. This skin is popped though. No hooks landing means no more real CC to be thrown down onto Lyon Gaming support. So they're going to survive for just a little bit longer. However, that might buy them a decent amount of pressure around the Dragon Pit.
Yeah, Harryab's yet again going for a great gank. Get some good pressure. Didn't get anything from that, but Dragon could be a thing. Well, on the bottom lane, Seiya just trading out with Masquerade. Masquerade's going to heal right through it.
See Theok hanging around topside for quite a decent amount of time. Dural recognizing that, but all the CC misses. They don't even get the apprehend, which means Theok spent a whole bunch of time up there, not really getting anything as a result.
Really good stuff coming up from Billy Boss yet again. Billy Yu showing up his worth as that dominant top later. For now, on the bottom lane, Team 8 taking a little bit of damage. Ren going off. Down to a little bit of health, but it's been a really good showing coming out from this jungler. Harryab's. Wow. Can't stress enough how much pressure he's brought on. Theak has tried and tried to do some counter pressure, but in top lane where Renekton's ready to do a little too fed, it's just not enough, and it's looking pretty good for now. This early game going over to Frostbite.
And right now it pretty much becomes a question of whether they can take this top lane and jungle advantage and roll it into objectives and global goal towards the mid game. Sure, it's nice to have a Renekton and a Nidalee snowballing, but later on when the game goes on, what can they really do besides, you know, poke and be a big meat shield? Billy Yu might give up a little meat here. We see Yuri coming around for the flank, might be forced to flash or just slice and dice out of there. It's on cooldown, so the flash is going to have to be burned. Frostbite going to take this opportunity to just jump right on Dragon. Nothing that Lyon Gaming can do. This should be a free one.
Yeah, but I mean, Elise and everybody else was just rotated over to that Baron Pit, so unfortunate for that. Being able to get the first Dragon. Oh, Dragon going over to Hakuho, but still, first Dragon going over to the red team. Really good stuff from Frostbite, really making sure to get these towers down. It's really important they take at least 1 or 2 tier 1 turrets down by like 15 minutes. They want to hark on this mid-game aggression, get this early game gold, and just keep on pushing upon it.
That's kind of the whole idea behind Mordekaiser, right? You pick up those first early dragons, you get these towers down early, and then you just spam the map with vision and get picks around them. Because looking at Frostbite's team comp, it's not like they want to go into these 5v5 brawls all the time. A lot of distance being created by the Varus poke, by the Nidalee poke, so definitely want to play to their turns. Poke them down first before they go in for the kills.
It's been a really good job from Frostbite right now, doing whatever they can in this early game go. But again, mid-game to late game, Lyon definitely have the scaling opportunities, especially with the Viger. Primordial Burst on the top of the AP damage that comes out from him. It's going to be immense to at least delete one of the carries, a la Mordekaiser, pretty early. So really important for Uri to get a little bit more stable. 76 and 92 on the CS score in that mid lane. We'll see if Yuri can actually catch up. Arce in mid lane as well, just trying to pend some of this damage coming over there. But Yuri is a big thing. Also, say Core Pride. You can't hark on enough. He has been the carry for Lyon Gaming. He has done a lot of good things, but he needs to step up as well if Lyon wants to come back into this.
No pressure, carries. We're only relying on you to win us the game.
I mean, there's always a top lane.
There it is.
I mean, there's an island, right?
That's a rough time, though, especially when your lane opponent is up 13 CS and has 2 kills on you as a Renekton. That's a scary crocodile.
I mean, he is only on the TM mod, so he's about an item up, so, yeah. I mean, it's notorious for the Darius. Like, he either wins really hard or bottom lane Haku could have caught up. But no, it's notorious for Darius. He either wins the lane pretty hard or gets a little bit of help, gets that little bit of carry and keep on pushing, or falls behind, like you see.
Man, look at the damage from that auto Tiamat. They're all missing the decimate there, so not going to heal up anything. Fiat, however, caught in between, well, pretty much everybody on behalf of Frostbite. But oh, Arce comes in just in time for the save. Jarrell, so many TPs coming in from the backside. Yuri gets a good Venturize down, but Harry has still free to run. Billy Yu picks up a kill. Yuri on the opposite side of the map. What are you going to do? What are you going to fight? Looks like 2 going down on behalf of Lyon Gaming so far, as the rest of Frostbite going to freeze down this tower. Tower actually down already. They're going to keep pushing down this bot lane.
Oh my word. Like, the decision making coming out from Lyon, probably not the smartest. You really had the item disadvantage. You really had the disadvantage on TP because, well, Fiak was already almost dead. Hakuo was going to chase upon. We'll see if they can engage again, but this tier 2 turret still taking a bunch of damage when backed away. But, like, truthfully, I would just like Lyon to give up Fiak and just kind of call it a day. Giving them extra 2 kills, on top of that, giving Mordekaiser some more gold, but the Renekton, most importantly, another kill. Disastrous right now for Lyon. Can they catch up? That's going to be the question, but they have to play it a little bit more cautiously next time.
Right, that 1 tower, in addition to the 3 assists going into the pocket of Massacre, equating to about a 500 gold lead over Seiya on that Kalista right now. Like you said, the scary gold income is really going into the pocket of Billy. 3, 0, and 1 so far on this Renekton. Hasn't bought yet, has 1,300 gold in the pocket to go back and shop, and it's going to be quite a shopping spree.
He's definitely going to pick up a Ravenous Hydra, going to be able to keep on split pushing if he wants to as well. I mean, the biggest thing is if Frostbite can keep up this pressure and keep getting these catches, they're going to do well, but here's Harry Apps getting caught out. Harry missing out on almost every skill shot right there, except for the primary burst. Can't get the kill.
It's pretty tricky to lock down a Nidalee with a Dementor Horizon, especially when she's hopping around all over the place. Given enough time, Yuri's just going to be able to hit R and delete either Harry Abs or Massacre, or pretty much anybody if the game goes on long enough. I know we've seen those YouTube videos of people going in ARAM customs, sitting with Veigar for 5 hours and seeing exactly how much damage they can do.
Before losing the minions because they're just way too powerful. But
minions.
yes. I mean, Yuri, Viger is going to get into an extraordinary state. It's just when. That is the biggest question. When is this comp going to actually turn on? And if it doesn't turn on soon, they're going to have to stave off just a little bit longer before it actually gets to that mid to late game.
And Lyon Gaming down about almost 5,000 in gold already at the 15-minute mark. So much of that coming from the top lane, in addition to the little CS differences that we see across all lanes. A decent amount in mid lane for Wolf. Just a reminder that both of these teams are undefeated in this tournament so far, haven't dropped a series, more importantly, haven't dropped a single game. I wonder how Lyon Gaming is feeling right now. They had such a strong performance yesterday versus DZG Fire. Right now, they're struggling to come up with answers against the aggression that Harry Abs is able to put on, in addition to Billy snowballing early. Dragon up in about 20 seconds. If Lyon wants to come back, they might have to start making moves.
I mean, the biggest thing also for Lyon, they're playing with a full roster. Viak wasn't there yesterday. I think he had school issues or something. And he hasn't caught up with TM8.
Ooh, TM8 gets caught with pretty much every form of CC that Lyon Gaming has, and there's a little gold for the pocket. Yuri picks up one. Both throwing out piercing arrows. You killed my friend! I don't like you very much! Frostbite, however, might just buy themselves dragon presence with that. RSA, gets tagged out. There's a fish on the line. Hook up, they say. RSA getting tagged up with everything. Cocoon comes from afar, but it's not going to be enough. Frostbite earned one back in return.
And RSA trying to provide some vision on the dragon, just cut out of nowhere. I don't agree with this pick up in top edge. Yes, we know that he's probably the most picked support at the moment. Has done so well in most games we've seen him. But it just doesn't fit RSA's full champions. It just doesn't seem like he could do it, but we'll see what happens later on. On the other hand, great job by Thiak. When we were talking about the guy, comes up with a clutch play, gets that lock on, and makes sure that Mordekaiser gets down for one day.
Looks like Frostbite were wanting to head over to this dragon, but given that they gave Lyon Gaming a decent amount of time to recover, Liu gonna go right onto Thiak. It's the 1v1 between the spider and the crocodile. Thiak making out with just a little bit the dark passage to save Billy Yu. RSA, support B team, support on a hook, support getting ulted, and say I take on an exit before taking a lot of poke.
Yeah, RSA with the Missile Voyage just not where they wanted to go, actually.
A team?
We'll respond soon. Unfortunately, they're going to have to give up this dragon as well. A lot of pressure just being brought upon, and a lot of catching coming out still from this team, Frostbite. So Frostbite getting the second dragon. On top of that, going to get this control in this game. Going to try to keep it going. 7-3 on the kill score with that 5k gold advantage.
Right, especially with this team comp that Frostbite is bringing to the table with all of this poke coming from the Varus and the Nidalee. I'm thinking that Lyon Gaming is going to have to be a lot more decisive in how they choose to approach these 5v5 objective fights. Because if a Varus gets jumped on, if a Nidalee gets jumped on, you can kill her pretty quick, but if you stand around and let them poke you for a long time, all of a sudden, that becomes a much lower percentage play for you.
Definitely, and we do see the second tier turret going down. It's really looking good for this comp with that. Team Frostbite, I mean, we've researched them. Didn't have the Mordekaiser. Didn't have, well, they had pretty much everything else, but the Mordekaiser and, like...
Oh, the TP flank.
Go for it.
Came from a little bit far away. They're going to walk right over one of Frostbite's wards, though. The ping's coming out. You go here, you go here, you go here. Yak takes a big chunk, however. The event horizon to zone. Oh, just in time. Liu, however, just going to jump on Thiak anyway. The rest of Frostbite coming in for the kill. Thiak forced to flash. Getting the flash off the jungler might buy them some top lane presence. That wave is shoved in favor of Lyon Gaming, so they're just going to go on cleanup duty. Nobody goes down there.
It's really important that Lyon doesn't get caught out. Almost gets caught out again. Thiak hadn't wasted up a lot of things. Except for, I mean, the good thing is there's no global objectives really to take coming out for Lyon Gaming. So Lyon Gaming is going to have a little bit of time to get Core Pride / Seiya, some more gold, some more presents. But again, 5k gold up, it's still on the hands of Frostbite to make a mistake. And this is definitely not the place where you want to be, especially in the game number one. A lot of things have gone the right way for Frostbite, especially where the comp needed to go. Can they do this again and again to Lyon? That's going to be the question.
Tower is definitely going to help. That is the last tier 1 tower of Lyon Gaming going down at the hands of Frostbite. And taking a look at the vision on the map so far, it looks like a Christmas tree of red wards across all of Lyon Gaming's jungle. Look at that line of pink wards. If you draw a line between them, like connect the dots, I'm pretty sure that's like the Big Dipper constellation that we can make out right there. And on the other side, Lyon Gaming, nothing blue across the river.
Well, they can't. They have to ward out their own jungles and try to save up some vision so they can get some catches. That's probably the only bigger way that they can come back in if Frostbite kind of oversteps their boundaries.
Nobody ever throws in League of Legends. What are you talking about? I've never overextended or overstayed.
No, never in NA have I seen a team possibly throw a Baron or so. No, never.
Like
I won't mention team names. We've gone too far with that every time. It's an old joke. Same issues.
Baron is live, however. What a better place to throw than right there. But it looks like Frostbite going to have none of that. Going to shove this mid lane right down. Teleport is available on both Giral and Yuri. So if they want to get some split push action on, I'd be flexing to do that soon. But it looks like all eyes on mid tier 2. Nobody really on Lyon there. Oh, the hook across the wall. The mind games are there. But Hakuno, gets tagged up by the Event Horizon. Oh my gosh, the delete button coming out of Yuri. Hakuno flashing out just in time, but Massacre flashing in for the kill. Who are you? Are you double lift right now? Gets caught out by the Event Horizon. Lots of kills going down so far. Frostbite getting absolutely rolled over by Lyon Gaming. You mess with the Lion, you get the claws.
Oh, the roar was just too immense from Lyon. It was really, really good stuff coming out from Yuri, and it could still go on. Wolf and Hakuo at least didn't take out this turret as a consolation prize. Oh, Hakuo. Off to the side, but really, really solid stuff from Yuri. Getting 2 clutch Event Horizons, making sure that they can catch onto TMA and Billy Boss. In the end,
coming out right here, gets the Decimate down, does still have the Apprehend, just trying to get within his arms reach. Get back here, I want you so bad. Not quite able to close the distance, however, so TP gonna be gone from the hands of that Darius. Dragging up in a minute 40. Baron is live. Lots of team members on each side, very low. Let's see how they choose their backside. Ooh, Theok, uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Yeah, gonna get caught upon. He's gonna get chased upon.
In before red buff kill. Not gonna happen. Gonna go fishing for the Bramble back.
Really important though, we just lost Jiral's TP. Dragon's coming up in about a minute. That is a really important objective coming up from Frostbite, so if they can catch this, they're going to be able to keep going on these pushes, especially with Mordecai as it goes. So we really, really need to take care of the global objectives, especially Dragon coming up in about a minute.
Right, but it's so hard for Lyon Gaming to even get close to that Dragon pick, considering the ward covers that they have. Those lined up pink wards are still standing. It's been a few minutes. That gold deficiency going off the charts on behalf of Frostbite. And all really do it resulting from the fact that Harry, Abs, and Billy Yu were able to put out so much aggression in the early game and deny a lot of map presence from Lyon early on, so their towers slowly fall. They get picks everywhere inside their own jungle. Right now, Lyon Gaming gonna have to really change their game.
Yeah, they're gonna have to still get some game advantage. Oh, the flank coming up from Billy Yu.
He's gonna run into all of them though. Not sure how this is gonna run out. Pop the ult already. Piak trying to buy some time with Cocoon. Goes into the belly of Arsene, which goes into the belly of Seiya. Oh my gosh, it's like the little old lady who swallowed the fly up in here. Jumped on by Harry Abs. Oh, the thick skin. Pop it right now. Oh, barely manages to get it off in time, but survive he does. Dragging up in 5 seconds, however, with the support. A big part of your front line off the table, though. We'll see what Lyon can do.
They can't contest this one. They have to try to maybe make some pressure at mid lane and try to take the tier 1 turret, and that's the only thing they can take. They need to be worried about Baron as well. Oh, engagement might be coming.
You see part of the members from Frostbite coming out, trying to get him down. Fiat gets stunned up. There's oh my god, the max range hook! This guy's a professional angler right here. Hakuno going huge for the squad. Fiat down for 30 seconds. They're rolling right into the Baron pick. Could this be Baron?
Oh, with Dragon as well. That's going to be definitely Baron. Question mark. Hakuno with a great hook. He's going to try to play some defense as well. Zoning now Arce. And up on the side, but it should be surely going over to Frostbite.
Yeah, if you get outsmited by a team with no spite, feels pretty bad.
Feels bad.
Hashtag Piglet. That was a sick clip.
Corky, I heard he's going to be really OP during the preseason / I heard the other guy named Graves. It's pretty good too.
Yeah, he's pretty good with that shot. Have you seen the PBE footage? He looks disgusting.
I think ultimate ban all the time. We'll see as we go on in the HTC Ascension if preseason picks get on, and probably no Graves picks will be shut out. But really, really good stuff coming out again from Team Frostbite. They've been getting these catches, they've been getting the hooks whenever they can. They don't have to have these team 5v5 advantages. I mean, we saw that teleport coming in from Billy Yu a little early, but still a 4v5. Giral didn't even just react to it, still pushing the bottom lane. And even then, there's still some more picks. So here he has Billy U. Man, you guys are stepping up today.
Yeah, no kidding. 4-1 and 3 on that Renekton. The stage of the game where Renekton towards the later end starts falling off of it. Billy U trying to do his best to say, we're not even going to get to that point where I become irrelevant, because that's a lot less fun for me and a lot less fun for my team. So even more so than their vision securing. That's a sentence. It's this vision denial that's coming out of Frostbite too. Every little chance that Lyon Gaming had to put out wards, Frostbite just coming in and freezing their attempts.
Yeah, Frostbite is just playing this clean. I mean, as long as they don't get engaged upon 5v5, it should work out. But yeah, getting caught again. Billy U just putting in some damage. And something to note, yesterday Billy U, 45%, 31% kill participation rate for both games yesterday. Didn't really have the team participation. At 4-1-3, yeah, it's pretty much above 80% kill participation rate. He's doing an amazing job for this game number 1. Albeit, he did get fed pretty well by Harry Abs. It's really Harry Abs' story, Harry Abs' team, Harry Abs' game for this game number 1.
Harry Abs, we did talk about how a lot of this top jungle synergy would come into play here. Ooh, you already forced him to go into the belly. Oh, itsy bitty spider goes down at the hands of Wolf. Mid lane inhibitor turret going down. Inhibitor surely to follow. This one going down so fast at the 26.5 minute mark. Decent wave down bot side if they want to continue their push on. Frostbite extending their gold lead by about 11,000 at the 26 minute mark. Pounding away and not much Lyon can do. Billy goes right in for it, and this is just an absolute rampage that Frostbite is embarking on. All of Lyon Gaming can just stand around and watch as they take everything from them. Like bullies taking the lunch money of younger kids. Right now, Frostbite, they're your schoolyard bullies.
Yeah, they are just honing it in. 11-6 on the kill score. Theak goes still alive as well. I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't know what you think about this picks and ban phase. Like, you don't really see this out of Frostbite working out in their favor if everything plays right. But the late game should work out, at least if you deny that early game. But everything just went wrong. Yak, again, he didn't play yesterday. He was at a substitute. Has been playing so well. 2, 3, and 4. He's showing up with this Elise, who again, Elise, one of his better picks as well. It's just unfortunate to see where Lyon was yesterday and where they are today. It's just night and day.
They're just unable to put that early aggression to use. And Lyon Gaming picked up Elise in the first rotation. Harry Abs responded immediately with the notably saying, oh, right, you want to go aggressive early game? I will show you aggression. Manages to get Billy snowballing. Impacts the map so well with the vision control and the pressure in all of the lanes. I mean, this kitty cat was everywhere. Right now, just snowballed to a point where Lyon Gaming are kind of sitting back and saying, hey, I thought we were the Lion. But right now, Harry Abs, this Lion does not sleep tonight.
No, especially the Cougar just wrecking right through all over the place. Siren. I mean, Team 8, Harry Abs, Wolf, they've been all doing really well. I would say moreover, Wolf has been like stepping up as well. He, again, control mage, right getting caught.
Yak in the middle of everything there, trying to delete this spider. Goes up with the repel, comes down with the repel, comes down with the repel. The ignite is on. Massacre manages to take down Theak there. They're waiting for the wave to push down the last standing tier 2 tower, the last standing non-inhibitor tower in the game. 8th tower being taken by Frostbite to the one taken by Lyon Gaming so far.
Oh my gosh. Goodness. Just destruction coming from this team. Frostbite. My word, just doing an amazing job in the early game. Harry Abs really contending to that, but really spot on from the whole team. Vision now was a big thing, and now just cleaning up, getting the Nexus turret, and just standing in the way of the stun.
Frostbite did such a good job pushing their early advantage to a point under 30 minutes, and they're already on the Nexus. Massacre zoning the rest of them down. They're just sitting in the fountain, just waiting, begging for it to be over. Let this nightmare be done. 29 minutes and 20 seconds into game 1. Frostbite shows a dominating performance.
Just amazing stuff coming out from Frostbite. I would say MVP Harry Abs all the day. Holy moly, Nidalee just came out of nowhere. That pocket pick going to be wrecking through. Overall, I just think both teams have to get everything ready and set. There were some throws from Team Frostbite. On the other hand, Really, really good stuff from Frostbite. On the other hand, Lyon did need to step up in that mid-game, late game. They couldn't today.
Right, it's so surprising, and we're giving a lot of credit to Harry Abs, but this Varus pick coming out of Wolf, looking at the damage chart, Varus did 3 times as much damage as Harry Abs, and we've been singing the high praises to Harry Abs this entire time. 27,000 and change to Harry Abs, about 8,500. The next closest person on the other team was Yuri on that Veigar at 11,000, but that zoning potential and the fact that he was able to get those piercing arrows down constantly before objective fights, it pretty much put Lyon Gaming in a position where, all right, we can't even get close to them. Like, how are we going to win these fights?
It begs the question where they're going to actually have their picks and bans kind of go. We're not going to see a Varus man. Could be a Varus denial, but it's really important to think where are we going to go with these picks and bans. Game number 2 is about to come up soon.
Right, game number 2. Just a big reminder that both of these teams are undefeated in the tournament thus far. Frostbite looking to continue that record, going up 1-0 over Lyon Gaming in the first game of the series. This is a best of 3, so we could have a game 3. We know as casters and as viewers, we always like seeing series come down to the line. To those of you just tuning in, or for those of you who have bad short-term memory, like me, you are watching HTC Ascension. Big shout out to HTC, AlphaDraft, and Team Liquid for making this happen, giving all of these challenger players a chance to showcase what they have to really show off for the next season. I'm Joshua Piscator-Lee here alongside Bird De Gia. When we come back, it'll be game 2 between Frostbite and Lyon Gaming.
Let me show you how we get down in this Middle Eastern jungle.